So according to you, what is leadership in this VUCA and BANI world? And basically, what are this term all about?
Leadership is passing through the times and the challenges like never before. So you need resilience to handle it.
So how did you thought of having two different ventures under one roof?
Now coming to my Couture, I started because I saw a lot of pain points of the customers. And I found how the environment is getting adversely impacted due to mass tourism.
What do you think? How important is AI even for the employees in today's world?
You might not be knowing about AI,
Correct.
but you show your aptitude,
Exactly.
learn it. We have seen those phases when the computer was not there, then the internet came. I personally used to go to the cafe, learn emails, Yahoo mails.
I like the fact that you're not only doing a business, but you are actually creating businesses for those local people as well. नमस्कार दोस्तों, आप सभी का स्वागत है एक सोच में। हर एपिसोड की तरह ये एपिसोड भी बहुत ज्यादा अलग और यूनिक है। हमारा जो पॉडकास्ट है, इट्स नॉट अ मोटिवेशनल पॉडकास्ट, इट इज प्योरली अ बिजनेस लेड पर्पस ड्रिवन पॉडकास्ट। टुडे वी आर फीचरिंग योगेश श्रीवास्तव जी, who has 35 plus years of corporate experience. He is also an author, coach, AI expert, and he himself have two different ventures. One is YS Epiphanity, and the other one is my Couture. We will understand a lot about his business, his ideas, and what drove him to begin with his journey and having two different ventures single-handedly. Let's welcome our guest for today, Yogesh Srivastava ji, on Ek Soch, one idea that changed your life. Welcome, sir, to our episode, which is very special for me because I love talking about business. Okay, and you are handling two different businesses under one roof, and with your 35 years of corporate experience. So welcome once again to Ek Soch.
Thank you very much, and namaskar to all your
viewers.
Viewers. It's a pleasure to be with you on this, and I'll definitely try to share my insights, my thoughts, my experiences with your viewers.
Lovely, sir. Firstly, I really want to understand, you have been, decades in the industry, in corporate world. Okay, firstly, understanding this term corporate itself is a little scary, right? And you survived there for 35 long years. How has been your journey there?
So that's a very good question. And in fact, I did not survive, I thrived.
Lovely.
And it has been very, very interesting journey so far, with a lot of ups and downs, a lot of learnings. And yes, times have been challenging also when you have to prove yourself. And in fact, in the corporate life, you have to prove yourself every day.
Every single second.
Every day, in every role. So howsoever good track record you might be carrying, the moment the place changes, the moment the role changes, the moment the team changes, the moment your boss changes, you have to start from scratch.
Correct.
So it's quite an interesting learning, and that keeps you always on the toe, and that keeps your energy level very high. So it has been a wonderful experience.
Lovely. So what changed basically where you thought, नहीं अब मुझे अपना business चालू करना है?
So I never thought of doing any business. In fact, I completed my cycle of corporate life, and once I hanged my boots, I thought, okay, let me share my insights, my experiences, and my expertise with the people who need it. So I had two choices. One was, okay, I would have carried on with my life and probably focus more on my passions and hobbies, and stay put at my home. The second choice was, I must pay back to the society.
Correct.
And when I say pay back to society, it's not only that you do some business and you monetize it, More than that is how you can impact other lives.
Correct.
People who need guidance, people who need motivation, and these are very very challenging times. If I take you back 20 years, those were not as challenging as today's, especially with the technological disruption. So the basic thought which occurred to me is, okay, if I can help people and the organizations with my understanding of things, with my insights, with my experiences, probably I'll be paying back to the society.
Lovely. So I'm meeting a lot of entrepreneurs these days and a lot of coaches who have one thing in common. I want to be impactful. I want to do a business where I can create an impact. It should be value addition to whatever I'm doing. It's not only monetization channel. It has to be impactful to get that reward. So you're doing amazing work. Now, handling two different companies, right? I'm sure it must be very much challenging, right? So how did you thought of having two different ventures under one roof?
So again, as people call me polymath, because I think you might have gone through my profile and you'd see that I'm into so many things. My hobbies and passions also have a huge canvas. And in my, responsibilities in corporate life also, it was a huge canvas. So I was, as regional director, I was handling almost all the verticals.
Wow.
Wherein all the verticals used to report to me. That gave me a lot of experience of handling, different verticals, different channels, different dimensions. So it's not something new for me. As far as my verticals are concerned, so one, as you mentioned, why is Epiphanity, is intended to pay back to the society in the sense that I want to share my experiences and insights and groom the leadership.
Correct.
So that comes with very, very clear thought and purpose that, the next generation of leadership has to be future ready.
Correct.
So it's not something which needs a lot of time and attention. It comes by default.
Yeah.
Because
it comes with your
I carry that experience. Now coming to my Couture, that also I was mentioning. I started because I saw a lot of pain points of the customers. Myself being a travel bug, I have traveled widely all across, and I found how the environment is getting adversely impacted due to mass tourism, and communities are marginalized because if you go to say some forest, some jungle, those resources actually belong to those communities.
Correct. Right? Yeah, truly.
So maybe since thousands of years they were there and their livelihood was revolving around that only, collecting woods, selling the local produce, fruits and other produce, agricultural produce, and now suddenly you develop a hotel there. All right. So when I observed the impact of mass tourism and the rapid commercialization, the monetization of those resources without giving anything back to those people who have the rightful owners, it appalled me. And I thought, okay, I must do something.
Correct.
So then I gave this idea to my daughter and I shared it with my wife. And then they decided, okay, they will do something.
Let's do something.
And now I'm actively involved. The idea again is giving back to the society. So it doesn't need a lot of expertise so far because I have been curating my own itineraries. I have been making on my own travel plans because I always believed in bespoke, immersive experiences.
Correct.
So not just going around and watching it and taking photographs and posting it on Insta to impress the network, but to really experience and immerse in those experiences.
Correct.
So it's simple. I mean, I don't have to do much in managing these two.
So I believe that you're doing both the businesses because you have passion in both.
Absolutely, and the purpose is very clear,
Very clear.
giving back to people, giving back to society. In
Correct.
both the ventures, the purpose is same.
Correct. Let's understand more in detail about both your businesses. Okay, the first one is YS Epiphanity. Okay, that name itself is very unique. Would you like to throw some more insights that what have you thought of having this as your company's name?
So during my 3.5 decades of corporate experience, I noticed that a lot of youngsters whom I was hiring, so some people were engineers and going for a clerk's job
Mm-hmm.
or an executive's job because they did not have enough job opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
And I found some of them very, very brilliant. But sometimes maybe because they do not have opportunities or because of their own family constraints, requirement that they could not relocate to some other city because of the family responsibilities,
Correct.
something or the other. So they were just continuing in the job, but they were inside very frustrated because their talent is for something else, and they were doing something which does not excite them.
Align, yeah, and it doesn't even align to what they
It was
want.
not aligned to the organization goals.
Correct.
A lot of people into sales from engineering background, lot of people into other fields from other backgrounds. I found one of the very good photographers who was an executive. So then I thought, what if this talent can be matched with the organization goal?
Wow.
Will it not excite that individual, and will it not help the organization in terms of increasing efficiency and thereby the productivity
100%.
and thereby the return to the stakeholders, shareholders? And this has been my philosophy. So wherever I was handling teams, of course, it is not possible to map every individual's ikigai purpose with the organizational goals when you are handling large teams. But to the extent possible, I used to guide my second rung of leadership also, that you try to match it to the extent possible within the organizational constraints.
Correct.
And I found that not only the productivity increased, the happiness index also increased for both the stakeholders. The employee, he was more excited, more involved, more happy, and the family was also happy. Whenever we used to talk to their family members on various corporate events, they used to interact with them, and the organization also used to be so. So one reason for my success in my all the roles has been this thing, matching the individual expectations, the individual talent with the organizational goals, so that it's a win-win both for the individual and the organization, and it led to increased efficiency and thereby the customer satisfaction level.
Correct.
NPS levels were very high, the productivity. So I never had to bother about my numbers, my targets.
Correct.
I was one of the few people who used to achieve all through my career, except maybe some aberrations here and there.
Correct.
So this led to the belief that this is the only way out, and if we can practice it, nothing like it. So then I thought, okay, now I will try to reach out to the like-minded organizations and the leaders who need these kind of sensation, and because not many tools are available and not many people are available in this particular field. So mostly it is only related to motivation, leadership development, and so on and so forth, and using all existing tools. Of course, there are people who are working on ikigai purpose. I'm not saying there are not people, there are not tools, they are available, but very few. And second is, not many takers are there. Many of the leaders don't understand the significance of it and what impact it can make, what change it can. So I wanted to share my own example, my own experiences, and tell them, look, here is a man who has implemented it and saw the results, got the results.
So I believe that your name itself talks about purpose. Okay, your company's name itself talk about purpose, and you have picked a very good problem in corporate. I have also worked with the corporate, and I understand that leadership plays very important role. If you have a purpose-driven leader who can understand a person's skills, where and how it can be utilized in a better way. Say, for example, you said a photographer, a person who wanted to be into photography, he ended up doing corporate job. Okay, how to utilize his skill in your setting is again a very good, a win-win situation for the stakeholders, for the leadership to achieve that target. Okay, so it's very important to understand that, a leader who is at the top position understands the employees.
Very
Okay,
true.
so the point that you have picked is really amazing, and the kind of you are on a purpose which will again help a lot of other leaders to understand that, why it is important to understand a person's skill.
So you raised very, very pertinent point here. So as leaders, we forget our actual role.
Correct.
So what I found is most of the leaders are involved in chasing numbers.
Yeah. It becomes all
Right.
about numbers. Yeah.
So if you are a leader, yes, of course, you are there to deliver
Yeah.
results.
Correct.
You are accountable for numbers, no doubt.
Mhm.
But how to achieve numbers? So we all chase that, that golden goose.
Mhm.
We chase numbers and then we drive people mad. We make their life hell.
Correct.
अभी
True.
करना है, नहीं किया तो कल से ऑफिस मत आइयो.
Correct.
Right, this is the conversation which is going on in corporate, especially if you are in sales and if you come from NBFCs or BFSI sector. All right, my style has been different. I believe in grooming people, in nurturing people.
Correct.
Because I read somewhere, I am not able to recall which book and whose quote it is. He said, a leader's job, how do you spend your time? When we talk about time management, which is very, very significant. A leader must spend 80% time with the team. Does not mean meeting team. Thinking about team, planning about team, doing something for them, which actually helps them give their best. And 20% only on numbers.
Agreed.
So I never ask numbers every day. आज
So
कितना
that
हुआ, कल कितना होगा.
80-20 rule is very important.
Yeah.
80-20.
So this thought,
Hmm.
triggered this idea.
Correct.
And then I delved deep and deeper and deeper and deeper, and then I cracked the Da Vinci Code.
Correct. And that's wonderful, sir. Not many leaders are doing it right now. I regret that I should have kind of a manager, regional manager, who can actually drive your skills and, help you achieve your goals.
Yeah. So that is why I said that Epiphanity. What is Epiphanity?
Correct.
So Epiphanity is derived from word Epiphany. Epiphany means a revelation, right? So once you realize this, that revelation is there in the leaders, in the leadership group, people who matter, who are accountable and responsible for leading the teams and delivering the numbers, it becomes easier. And I found it's very easy to do.
It is
the only
easy.
thing is you have to have that confidence in yourself, not in your team, in yourself.
Correct.
That with this approach also you can be the top performer.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can deliver the numbers. In fact, you can deliver beyond the expectations for the leadership group, your management.
Correct. And I believe that, this entire perception of being into this leadership position should actually change now. Because there are a lot of cases happening because of, stress. Employees are taking some wrong steps. If you talk about this Pune incident which happened, right? She took some other step because of a lot of pressure in this entire setting. So would you like to throw some insights on that, or would like to share your own, experience of being into leadership?
So you have raised the burning topic, the burning question. It is very unfortunate that we see so many young people passing through difficult phases of their life. It starts with poor mental health and ends up sometimes ending their own lives.
Mm-hmm.
I will not held them responsible for this. I will probably held the leadership responsible for this. While there could be some situations which are purely personal, have nothing to do with the organization or their professional role, could be their personal relationships within the family, outside the family. But then within the professional boundaries, if we can make them comfortable, if we can identify those triggers. And that is what compelled me to write my book also. It talks about, the similar scenarios where the protagonist undergoes the tremendous mental stress. And at times, seems to be unreasonable, the pressure put on him.
Correct.
Because nobody bothers what kind of circumstances, situation you are undergoing. What is your family situation? Sometimes because of the financial stress also, some
correct.
people get.
Yeah. Totally.
So that is why it is said that as a leader, you have to think big. You have to draw a big picture. You have to have very high emotional intelligence. And if you find that, somebody's behavior, maybe, now again, as somebody who is at a very, very senior position, it might not be personally possible for you to know about each of your employees.
Correct. Yeah.
If you are, say, leading a team of thousands of employees. But then this message has to go down the entire leadership chain. So what do you have to talk? You don't have to talk about numbers in your meetings. You have to talk about all this when you talk to next level and then the next.
Correct.
So whenever I used to call special meetings every month in my role. And then there will be 3 layers of leadership.
Correct.
Right from the first layer to second layer to third layer. And sometimes this other layer also. Those who are the middle management and the senior management people. And then I used to discuss these points. Do you know your people?
Correct.
Do you know what excites them? What are their hobbies? What are their passions?
Correct.
And this also I learned from somebody.
Correct.
So then we used to write there, in diary, when we used to interact with the people, that what is the family size, what are the, responsibilities, what is the habit, passion, and all those things. So you have to change the entire environment. So you have to become a change maker.
Yeah,
you have to become a change agent as a leader.
Correct.
Numbers will follow automatically, and you have to have that passion. So there have been instances. Now some people will ask me, sir, then you need 5-year plan to achieve your numbers. No, this again is a myth. My experience is, and not in one place or the second place or in one organization or the second organization or in one role, all through my career, I just used to tell my seniors, people whom I used to report, sir, give me 6 months.
Correct.
Have trust in me. Just give me 6 months.
Correct.
First 6 months, I might not be able to deliver numbers, but you have to trust me. I will leave no stone unturned, and I will make it a sustainable business.
Correct.
It's not that once I move out of that place, the numbers will fall down. Well, that is very easy to do. I can keep on making people's life well, chase numbers and getting it.
Correct.
So if you have that confidence, and if your, the top management also buys in, your thought, then you need to work on your people. That's what I was saying. 80% of time has to be spent in people.
Correct.
It's the people who make you successful or a failure.
I remember one of the example over here when you say that, you need to be such a leadership person who can drive the entire, system. Okay, I remember this example. There was this group of cyclists. Okay, every year their performance was dropping like anything. Okay, like anything. There was one coach who identified that problem. People were pressurizing them. All the stakeholders who invested in them were pressurizing them. आपको result देना है, आपको result देना है, आपको result देना है. That guy, he was been appointed. That coach was been appointed, and he trained every single person in such a way that they give amazing result.
Yeah, it's a UK story.
Yes, and that was an amazing example, यार. तुम सिर्फ बाहर की चीजें देखते हो, result दो, but you're not able to fix that problem, what they are facing in terms of training, in terms of reaching their mindset. उन्होंने mindset के ऊपर भी training दी. right? So I believe that it's very important. What you're saying is numbers will not get affected if you train them from the core.
True. And one more thing, because when you were talking about this, I was thinking something. And what I was thinking, probably maybe 10 years back, 20 years back, you could afford to drive people.
Yeah.
Today's Gen Z, you can't drive with
cannot.
that approach. Today, you need to understand them, their
Yes.
choices, their likes,
Correct.
what excites them.
Mhm.
Because for them, today it's your job, tomorrow their and so
Someone
high
else's
attrition will be
job.
there.
100%
And any organization with high attrition cannot
survive.
thrive. They might survive, but they will not thrive.
Yeah.
So I think the point which I am talking to you is more relevant today than it was in my time.
Absolutely.
And therefore, today's leadership has so many challenges too. One is technological disruption, the AI thing. And second is how to balance this challenge with the human aspect.
And
the
I
human
guess,
emotions and the
and I guess the best leader so far is our PM Narendra Modi ji. The way he has drive this entire nation and gave that position. He is acting as an influencer, right? I believe every leader should be kind of an influencer. कि आप जो भी बोलोगे वो सामने वाला आँख बंद करके कर देगा, right? So he created that entire system, which I believe that, which attracts me to understand that, this is how the leadership should be.
Very interesting. If you observe him closely, you will find he is there where probably most of the people will not be there. He will talk to students about the examination,
exactly,
pariksha. If somebody who has contributed to the nation or to the communities or to the society is not there, we lose him. You will find the first obituary coming from him on X.
Yeah.
Anything, any technology you talk about, whether it is ISRO, whether it is DRDO, whether it is AI Summit, whether it is FinTech, whether it is yoga, whether it is wellness, whether it is health, whether it is finance, whether it is talking to global leadership, is omnipresent.
Very, very well.
Now, how does he manage it?
Exactly.
He also has 24 hours. So, if you again dive further deeper, you will find that he has prepared leaders.
Exactly.
He has delegated most of the things
to
the next level of people.
Absolutely.
There was one very recent example I will give. During the Operation Sindoor, very, very famous. One sentence is circulating these days on social media. He said, "Jo uchit samjho karo," to the chief of the army staff.
Correct.
What does this mean? He has complete trust in his people.
Exactly.
He has delegated them.
True.
But he keeps a very, very close eye.
Yeah.
And for a leader of today, and look at his emotional intelligence. Amazing. He will talk to the, one tribal lady from very, very remote place in Jharkhand or Bastar. She will be given some Padma Bhushan or some Padma Vibhushan for doing something in that community. He will talk to that lady on telephone. My God, from where does he get all this strength and the energy? So you have rightly mentioned. So while you might have political differences with him or whatever, I'm not going into that. But one learning is here that there is no limit to human potential.
There is no limit at all. You spoke about this training where you said that, I used to speak to my team once a week. So during our corporate days, I remember we used to have this town hall, where generally our company used to talk about numbers. Whereas it has to be other way around, but they touch upon this EQ, emotional quotient, which is one of the best thing to do during town hall.
So, but the concept of town hall started with the thought that the top person in the organization, the CEO, should go and meet at the grassroots level.
Correct.
and get the feedback, not deliver the lectures, and not share his own expectations or organization expectations from them.
Correct.
It should be the other way around. What are the employees' expectations from the leadership group and the organization? I remember long back, I was reading somewhere, or maybe I watched it on some YouTube or something. So Hindustan Lever, I am not able to recall the name of that gentleman. He was the chairman of Hindustan HUL, Unilever. And those days, I am Kolkata, I am Ahmedabad, those old institutions, very four, five were there. So he was a product of that. So he said कि first day उसको बैलगाड़ी में वो क्या था सर्फ या रेन कुछ तो भी लाद करके गांव में भेज दिया गया as a management trainee. And he was supposed to go around and do this
research kind of thing.
So he said that gave him a lot of insights into the customer psyche.
Exactly.
So he made it a point as he rose in the organization, as he rose the ladder. In every role, he used to go and talk to the customers. So as HUL chairman, he was in Chennai for some meeting conference. He said, "Chalo, gaon mein jayenge," and he went to some very rural place, and he just observed because the dealer did not know, and he was there, and the corporate team was there.
Correct.
Local team they did not involve for the simple reason they did not want people to know that somebody big is there around, and he was just observing how do people make buying decision when they go to a small shop in a remote rural area. And there was one lady around 70 years, gaon ki, the rural lady, around 70 years, and she was buying that some shampoo sachet. And he was so excited. And then he talked to him with the help of the interpreter. This is leadership.
This is leadership.
Getting feedback from the grassroots level.
Correct.
Today, what is happening? Today's leaders are spending time in boardrooms, in your corporate, meetings, chasing numbers,
they don't
talking to number 2, number 3, or maybe their regional heads.
Yeah,
nobody is going down the deep. So the concept of town hall is defeated. Now it is delegated. Now I've seen organizations where head HR will go and do the town hall. That's not head HR's job. The idea behind town hall is that the head of the organization should go and meet people.
Yeah, correct.
And capture their expectations. There are organizations which are doing, there are leaders which are still doing it.
They are doing.
And that is what makes them great.
Correct.
That is what makes them the best places to work for.
And that is how it should be. I can also share one more thing, if you talk about our Prime Minister, okay, he does this Man Ki Baat, okay, and somehow so many people are engaging, okay. He started a very small initiative. Now see how big it is.
Yeah. So actually, again, he has been a person who has been a game changer. उन्होंने सबका thought change कर दिया. It all started with चाय पे चर्चा.
I understand this.
It's such a simple thing.
Very simple.
The most meaningful conversations happen over tea.
Over tea, yes.
Or if you go to some remote place, पान की दुकान पर. सबसे ज़्यादा politics और सबसे ज़्यादा meaningful conversations होते हैं. People will also discuss the societal problems there. पहले गांव में चौपाल होती थी.
Correct.
To discuss all these things. The other day, I'm also associated with some of the NGOs. So I try to, again, as I said, pay back to the society my own debt.
Wow.
Today I'm talking to you because the society helped me.
Correct.
In reaching that level.
True.
So it's my moral responsibility. So they had this concept of annual meeting, which they call as Chopal.
Yes.
So Man Ki Baat, Chai Pe Charcha, Chopal, and
it's a very candid conversation, I believe.
Candid, meaningful conversations happen when you don't draw agenda.
And I believe, sir, I have heard a storyteller. He was the first person who spoke about storyteller. I mean, वो time पे मतलब storyteller plays a very important role और उन्होंने बहुत अच्छा काम किया है lockdown के time पे. Okay, lot many children were engaged, lot many teachers were learning a lot from storyteller because you have to constantly keep, children's engaged on digital medium, which India was not ready, right? So he picked that storyteller's example also in his live Man Ki Baat. And
Absolutely.
I heard that, I've seen that change, right? कि छोटे professions भी he has picked.
Absolutely. And see, his personal involvement in technology. Today, the way data infrastructure is there in India, it's nowhere.
It's nowhere.
Now, UPI is something which all the countries are asking for us. Singapore, Dubai, US, everywhere. Even during COVID, that vaccination certificate, my daughter stays in USA, so she came with a paper.
Yeah.
Vaccination certificate, and we all have digital format.
Yeah, correct.
So it's all because he saw his role as a change maker,
Correct.
as a leader, not somebody who is enjoying the chair of the prime minister and the privileges of the prime minister. And therefore, today's leaders, if they can learn, I think there is no better example. Of course, there are other examples also.
Correct.
But in the current scenario, somebody who is there, who is doing it day in, day out, you can learn from him.
Absolutely.
So today's leaders have to take their role as if they are custodians of the organizations.
Correct.
Custodians and accountable to the people, to the teams, and to the society.
Correct. So I believe that this can be a change in the entire setting of the organization, right? One thing that you would want to share to all the viewers when you talk about corporate, right? What change or what needs to be improvised further to bring that change in this entire corporate world?
So I'll not say change, because it's all, you don't actually need to change, you just need to evolve.
Yeah.
Okay, so move on from whatever you are doing to the next level, which is required currently, which is relevant, and which should give you results.
Correct.
Results in terms of expectations from stakeholders. That is something which you cannot ignore. Otherwise, you will not be there on chair.
Correct.
And chair is, as I said, you become the custodian.
Yeah.
जैसे अभी प्रधानमंत्री जी ने सेवा तीर्थ कर दिया पीएमओ का नाम. He always used to say Sevak. So if the leader thinks that he is the custodian of the societal expectations, everything changes. So what you need to do is, as I said, you have to believe in yourself. You have to be resilient, very high emotional intelligence, purpose, why this organization exists. For whom? Is it only for investors? Or investors plus customers, plus society at large. This is what is defined as the ESG.
So you have learned a lot about digitalization as well. You are very much up with the trend, talking about AI, right? So what do you think? How important is AI even for the employees in today's world?
So a lot of roles are being redefined. So there is a lot of debate on this, whether it is going to take the jobs, it is going to impact the livelihoods. So you have to, be ready. You have to be what I call as future ready. So maybe today you don't need the people who write codes, but these people can evolve to next level.
Correct.
So they can learn something new, which makes them more relevant, for which there is a demand. So AI is a technological disruption, and anybody and everybody who is ready and willing to learn and adopt that in day-to-day usage, you start very small.
Correct.
So today, if I talk about BFI sector, banking, financial industry, so there are various roles. So some people are doing customer service.
Correct.
They are executives. Now, tomorrow there may or may not be a scenario. I'm not saying it is going to happen. It may or may not happen because it depends upon the leadership. That agentic AI takes that role. So there are two options. Either the organization will downsize and ask you to leave, or redeploy you. So I will encourage people at all levels to look for the opportunities of upgrading their skills.
Yes.
So be a learner all through your life.
Absolutely, I agree.
Because I have seen those days when even computer was not there. I remember, I'll share one experience with you. Very important. So I was selected for ISRO's job as scientific assistant, not as a scientist.
Wow.
I did my graduation in PCM and I was good in studies. So based on track record and also one written examination, I qualified for the interview. So I went to their Bangalore office and I was interviewed by, I think there were around 10 to 11 scientists and very senior scientists.
Oh
Those
my
years, yes, I'm talking about
God.
1985,
Oh my God.
41 years back. So they were asking so many questions about, studies, whatever I
Yeah.
studied. And one last question came from the chair. So, Mr. Srivastava, have you worked on computers? No, I have just graduated. So I said, no, sir, I have not even seen computer. You're talking about working? And then all of them started laughing. Everybody. It was a chorus. And they said, he has not seen computer and he has come for scientific assistance interview. I said, yes, sir. In your advertisement, you said the people having the computer aptitude or can apply. I think I have aptitude.
Lovely.
In my university, I am passed out from Lucknow University, Canning College. They had computers, but
Correct.
it was limited to certain labs.
Correct.
And I was not part of that curriculum. So then and you will be surprised that I was finally selected. I did not join that. It's a different story altogether. So why I'm sharing this story is, this is very important that you might not be knowing about AI,
Correct.
but you show your aptitude.
Exactly.
Learn it.
True. Lovely.
So we have seen those phases when the computer was not there, then the internet came. I personally used to go to the cafe, learn emails, Yahoo Mail, Sifi Mail. I started with Sifi, then Yahoo, then graduated
Correct.
to Gmail. Then social media came in 2009. So be on social media, learn from social media, upgrade your skills, keep learning and learning and learning, investing in yourself. And this is what I tell my teams also.
Yeah.
Please invest. Don't expect that your company will be the only investor in you. The first and foremost stake in you is yours.
Correct.
So invest in upgrading your skills. So my request to all the people who are watching this, listening to me is, please invest in yourself, in your skill upgradation. And 10% of your income, you must always invest in yourself.
Agreed.
We invest in property. We invest in wealth, mutual fund, markets, gold, whatever not.
Yeah.
We also spend on our this thing, but how much do we invest in the person who is actually driving everything?
Yeah, we always forget ourselves.
So invest in upgrading your skills. So the leadership and those who are not in leadership positions,
Correct.
they have to be always on their toes. They have to anticipate what is happening. They have to keep themselves updated what is happening, and then they have to upgrade their skills, and they have to invest.
When I was going through your profile, I've also seen that you also read a lot of books. So can you guide our viewers top 3 books which should be a part of their daily manual, or they can use it as a Bible for
So
their
the
life?
first book which comes to me is, which I saw when I was entering your office, is Atomic Habits. And have only 2 minutes things.
Correct.
And let all those things which you want to have be around you, either bedroom or living room or whatever, so that you can. Second book is
Ikigai.
Ikigai. Know your purpose.
But I've always
Absolutely.
seen, sir, a good leaders are a very good readers. Okay, and that's how they keep learning, and that is how they try and implement those things within their team as well.
So this is the third book I will recommend. This is my book, Resilience of the
Lovely.
Unbreakable Spirit.
Wow.
This is an award-winning book. It
Uh-huh.
won international awards.
Is it available on Amazon?
It is available on Amazon. It is available the world over. You can buy it on Amazon.in. You can buy on Barnes and Nobles. You can buy on Waterstones. It's available in Australia. And this book was launched in Singapore.
Wow.
That too at the India Innovation Pavilion representing the country.
Just to sum it up, what does it talk about, and why it is important for people to read this out?
So, life will throw up a lot of challenges. Some of them you can anticipate and be ready. Some of them you cannot.
Yeah.
Both on your professional front as well as on your personal front. Now there are two choices. Either you navigate that labyrinth or you quit. So how to successfully navigate? Because
Correct.
it's easier said than done when it comes to those challenging moments of life. It's very difficult.
It is very
It's
difficult.
very
Yeah.
difficult. So what do you need? How do you handle it? So you have to be resilient. And this is based on my true story, but of course in fiction form.
Yeah.
I was stranded in London for 50 days in COVID.
Oh.
The day I was supposed to board the flight, the first flight to be cancelled was my flight.
Oh.
And then when I landed in, after this is what all story is about. And then when I landed in Mumbai, I was sent to institutional quarantine for 15 days.
Yeah.
And from my window, I could see my society. I could see, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. This is my floor.
Yeah.
So this must be my house. What more challenging you can face? And I used to get
Where
food
you're
from
not allowed
Gurdwara.
to step inside your
All
own
restaurants
house.
were closed.
Yeah.
So then I realized that this is something, because what time will throw, what challenge will the time will throw, you never know. So it's very important that you keep your cool, be resilient, and navigate through the labyrinth through your willpower, and you manage not only your mental health but also of those people who depend on you. So this is the I think most important thing
Correct.
in this book, and this is very relevant. That is why I am saying the third book which you should read is this one.
I guess I'm going to be the first one to read this out.
I'll give you signed copy, don't worry.
Yeah, please. So we have spoken a lot about leadership in today's corporate setting. We have learned about how the leader should be, right? When I was going through your profile, I have also seen that you speak a lot about VUCA and BANI word. Okay, so according to you, what is leadership in this VUCA and BANI word? And basically, what are this term all about? What is VUCA and what is BANI?
So basically, the uncertain times, volatile, uncertain, complex, ambiguous, right? And this is the time which we are facing through.
Yeah.
We are passing through, in fact, with the AI, and AI going so leaps and bounds. Now there is no certainty what is going to happen tomorrow. Today only I was reading that the company which has the ownership of the Claude, Anthropic, they were asked by the Pentagon that Pentagon should be given unrestricted usage of that AI tools, to which their chairman did not agree. He said, no, the ethical implications will always be there.
Correct.
Now, tomorrow, how the organizations are going to use it and what will be the impact on people's lives, what will be the impact on the organization, we don't know.
True.
So we don't know whether we will exist in an organization tomorrow or not.
Absolutely.
You might have seen last couple of days, IT sector has lost a lot the investors have lost a lot of money. How do you handle all these challenges? This is the question, and it's not only IT. Tomorrow it will come to BFSI. I was giving one example of the role of the agentic AI, the way it is happening. It's taking longer than expected.
Yeah.
But there is no choice for the leadership group. They have to accept it.
They have to
accept the technology.
Yep.
It's evolving.
So you're talking about best example is airline industry, right? Air India has faced a lot of problems these days. But then the way they came out, again back on track, right?
I'll not go into that industry because that is something different, and
Hmm.
that is very unique because every industry has its own challenges.
Yeah, correct.
So airline industry has its own challenges, which
Hmm.
probably we as customers sometimes are not able to appreciate and
Correct.
understand.
Hmm.
I'll not go into that because that is very highly
Hmm.
debatable. I'll just go to the normal, other organizations
Correct.
which are going to be impacted with the
Hmm.
evolving technology and the technical disruption. Now, how the leaders will handle it, because one, there is an anxiety in investors.
Yeah.
They are interested in optimizing their yield. There is anxiety in their teams, in employees, whether the jobs will remain or not,
Yeah.
and anxiety in the boardrooms, whether the organization will stay alive or not. So the leadership is passing through the times and the challenges like never before.
Yeah.
So you need resilience to handle it. So VUCA and BANI, I remember I was sent to IIM Bangalore for a course on VUCA and BANI, I think about 10-15 years ago. It was something new 15 years back, and everybody was just talking, and it was part of management studies. Today it is staring at you. You have to face it. You don't have to go through the and you are not given that opportunity. You have to take decisions.
Yeah, you have to.
So it has arrived. It's on your doors. It's knocking on your doors. So I think the best time to take the call on VUCA and BANI. BANI is brittle and something I am not able to recall this thing. Word. So basically, it is uncertain times when everything is, uncertain. How do you sail through? As a leader, as somebody who is custodian of various trusts, of various stakeholders, and as an organization.
Correct. It's very important. Like, with any kind of circumstances, you still survive, or you still.
You have to thrive.
Yeah, you have to thrive.
There was a book, Thriving on Chaos. That again is a wonderful book. So all those who are interested in management, I can recommend so many books on management. But today, probably what is more required is...
because I love this topic so much, sir. So that's why I'm getting more in detail conversation about it, because I truly believe that today's corporate setting needs to thrive, as you rightly say, right? Not only survive, but they need to thrive. So it's very important to understand this entire topic. Apart from this, there is a lot of digital transformation that is happening, right? Talking about AI, there are a lot of tools that are coming into, every day some new launches are happening with AI. Okay. So how can employee or CEOs of a company adapt to every digital transformation which comes on their way?
So again, very pertinent question. But before that, let me just go back to the previous question, and then I'll come to this.
Yeah.
So that is why when you asked me to choose 3 books, I did not choose any of the management books.
Correct.
ज्ञान वाली कोई किताब आपको नहीं बताई.
Exactly.
Because those management books were relevant those days, are still relevant. But what is more relevant today is the stark reality of the technological disruption.
Yeah.
So what is required at this moment is you change your habits, the way you work.
Correct.
So go to atomic habits. Gen Z, how do you lead them? How do you optimize their utilization and their talent? How you leverage it?
Correct.
Ikigai.
Ikigai, yes.
And you are alone at the top. It's very lonely.
It is very lonely. Yes, it is lonely.
So everybody is having expectations.
Yeah.
And then how to withstand that pressure? Resilience.
Yeah.
That's why I chose 3.
Correct.
Now coming back to your question, as I said, it's a very, very good question, very pertinent question. Now, at the top, you don't have much of time.
Yeah.
So normally what happens if you are the CEO of a company, or maybe number 2 or number 3, right? Normally you talk, your IT guys or some vendors will be, showcasing their products in meetings, and that's how, or maybe you read here and there, and that's how you understand what is happening, and you keep yourself updated on what is happening in the technological space. Because we don't expect, the CEOs to be technologically updated.
Yeah.
They are experts of their own domain.
True.
Right? Somebody is a CA, somebody is a coming from sales background, somebody is coming from some other background, and of course there are people who are from technical background also. So there is not much of time, not much of bandwidth for you to get updated.
Yeah.
So these are the touch points where you normally get the information.
Yeah.
You read about it, whatever time you can spend on reading, and then what to read and what not to read, because most of the CEOs have to read the notes while they are traveling. They have to take decisions. So there is hardly any time left for you to go into detail into the newspapers or what is happening in technological space. Then vendors will come and talk only about their products and their innovations. So you don't get the complete view. And then your technological team might be aware, they might also not be updated. Yeah. So they might be lacking. So there is a information asymmetry. How do you handle this? So I will encourage all the people who are at the leadership role, and irrespective of the fact they are on the leadership role or not, that you register for any event which is there, which is a technological event, and if you are approved, because they will go through your profile, and if they approve your registration, some of them are free, some of them you have to pay for that. You attend that. And that's what I did. That's how I started.
Okay.
So if there is a GFTN here, I will go and attend in DKC.
That. Yeah.
If it is some BFSI meeting, I'll go and attend. I'll spend 1-2 days. Interact with the people at the grassroots level, understand what are various technological solutions and what is relevant for me. Listen to various panels, various experts who are there, various talks, learn from them.
Correct.
Interact with them, ask questions. I also went to Singapore. I was talking about this book getting launched in Singapore FinTech Festival. No, I spent my own money.
Oh.
I booked tickets. I paid for that. It was a paid this thing.
Correct.
So I paid a huge amount of money. Why I went to Singapore? This. Not that I had not gone to Singapore as earlier. I've been to Singapore so many times. I went there to learn what is happening in the world.
Correct.
I also attended that Economic Times Global Leaders Forum, which happened in Delhi Taj Hotel.
Even I wanted to, but I couldn't somehow.
The idea was to learn from the people who are policymakers.
Correct.
So these are various platforms. They give you opportunity. Unfortunately, some of the people will be busy with daily routines. If they are not there in office 2 days, as if the sky is going to fall. The sky is not going to fall. Your organization will do better in your absence. Don't worry about that.
Absolutely.
You just go there, learn whatever you can, and then come back and discuss with your teams.
Correct.
Share your learnings, share your wisdom, share your insight, and see how you can leverage it to your day-to-day operations.
That's amazing.
So, be out and out. I think at any point of time, spending time in these kind of opportunities is much more worth than taking, decisions sitting in your corner cabin.
What I understand with this conversation is, sir, that, AI is there. You can learn a lot of things from AI, but going on ground and learning it from the expert brings lot of handful experience.
Yes, so I had the opportunity. That way I consider myself fortunate, and in fact, as I said, I am a learner and I am a great learner, and I'm proud of it. I spend a lot on this. I invest a lot on this. So when you go and talk to the people who has created that solution,
correct, it becomes easy.
Your perspective changes.
Absolutely.
Right. And then you have better understanding than you reading in a newspaper or in an article or from some vendor or from your teams.
Correct.
Because you are seeing it happening there.
Yeah, true.
And you can ask as many questions.
True.
And learn from that person, from the horse's mouth.
Lovely.
So that is what I would suggest anybody and everybody, in whatever role you are. Doesn't matter if you are in a decision-making role or not.
Correct.
If you want to keep yourself updated, what is happening in this world, please leverage each opportunity. If you have to pay for registration, please do pay.
You need
pay for your tickets, pay for your stay. It's worth. It makes you a different.
Yeah, because I believe that it's kind of an investment. The right kind of investment which will help your organization.
And I'll tell you, what I'm talking is not a gyan. I'm not preaching. I'm just sharing my own experiences.
Absolutely, I
Even for
agree.
my Couture, I told these people that all your presentations, even the website, if you go, the website, all the pages are generated by Gamma AI.
Gamma AI is one of the best
Right.
tools.
All the presentations are generated on AI. Everybody is AI savvy in the team.
Yeah.
They are using the AI for this thing. Even some of the itineraries are curated by AI. So the customer's choices and everything is given to the AI, and the AI will give
Will
this thing,
prepare.
and then further you
I
do the
agree.
customizations and all those things.
Agreed. So my next question was that only, that which are the top tools you would like to suggest to the people sitting at top position, or the founders or entrepreneurs?
So it's a tough one because there is nothing
There are
like
lot,
one size fits all.
Yeah.
Depending upon
But the
your
ones
own,
that you use.
depending upon utility. Because for me, what is important is, because I am an author, I write books. My second book is almost ready. Third book is under development. So I don't need certain tools. So I use those tools. I also create videos. If you go to my LinkedIn profile, you'll see a lot of videos. So that have been generated on AI video. So I don't spend on marketing.
time,
I don't pay any money to marketing agencies.
Correct.
Most of the things are in-house. Even for my Couture, most of the ads, Facebook ads, everything is either done with the help of the Canva AI or with the Gamma AI.
Yeah.
So depending the field you are in and which makes sense for you,
Correct.
you should use. There are a whole plethora of AI tools available, and there are a lot of AI experts who will suggest you, or you can Google it depending upon your requirement. And then there are various tools which give you what kind of prompt is required. So there are various prompt models also.
Correct.
Like a star model which is required is the right fit for you, or some other model. So you can use it and leverage AI. So that's all about AI thing. I wanted to talk a little bit about the my Couture thing.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about the paying back to society. So as I said, mass tourism and the adverse impact on environment was one of the triggers which gave the shape to my Couture. And then, as I said, you have to walk the talk. It's very easy to tell others to do, and you not doing anything. I don't believe in that. So what we said, okay, if we are talking about impact on the environment by the guests, what impact are we doing when we are using ACs in our office? When we are running computers in our office, are we not emitting CO2? It is not morally correct for me to expect guests to pay for their CO2 emission, and we keep on emitting CO2 in our operation.
Correct.
So we said no. Then we went back to Tree Nation. Fortunately, they had a solution. They said, you tell us how many computers you are using, how many ACs you are using, how many employees are there, how many lights you are using. We will tell you how many trees you need to plant. So we are a net zero operation. And our website, if you go to website, you will find is one of the few websites in India which is a net zero website. Means depending upon the number of clicks and the time the customer is there on the screen on that website, how much CO2 is generated by that website is calculated by the Tree Nation, and then we offset it through plantation.
Wow.
So for every trip, end-to-end CO2 emission is mapped, calculated, and Tree Nation is a Spain-based NGO which is recognized by the United Nations Environment Program.
Wow.
Because it's very easy to say that we plant trees, but whether the plantation is actually happening on the grassroots or not, we don't know.
No.
So we wanted to be sure that the money is not being misused. Or underutilized. So we wanted those certifications to be in place so that we partner. It's not that in India there are no. We have partnered with many companies in India also, many NGOs in India. One of them is Grow Trees, then Grow Billion Trees, all those things. So, but because of the certifications, and then they are not confined to Spain or India, they are taking the global cause. So there are various projects. Some are in Rwanda, some are in Uganda, some are in Kenya, Madagascar, Thailand, Bangkok, Australia, US, Bahrain, everywhere. In India, they have 3 projects. So, plants for poverty, plants for tigers, plants for slender lorries. They are nocturnal animals and they are critically endangered species. So then, with the help of that 3-nation organization, we evaluate various projects, and then we put our money where it makes most of the sense. So some of the projects are, so they have planted around 1,000 trees as of now, spread across 8 countries. India is also there, Thailand is there, Madagascar is there, Kenya is there. So that is why there is no adverse impact in environment, in our running business, in our running website, or in our guests who are having those bespoke, curated, I say co-created immersive experiences.
Wow.
So that again is an area where you can make the impact by being associated with this cause.
Correct.
And it doesn't come at a very, very heavy cost.
Yeah, of course.
It is not passed on to the customer. So suppose X amount is the profit margin of the business. Then there is a philosophy that, okay, this much percentage will go to carbon footprint neutralization, and this much will go back to the local communities. So the people, the local guides, and one more thing, all the guides are local. They are from the city. So suppose our signature trip is Northern Lights. That is our signature trip. Most popular, most famous. So suppose you choose to go to Finland and Norway. So you go to Helsinki. In Helsinki, the guide would be the person from Helsinki, local person.
Wow.
He will take you to various culinary experiences, to various art and culture, museum, wherever you want, depending upon your choices and preferences, cruise and all. And whatever you want, he will explore it because he knows in and out of that city.
Of course, yeah.
The moment you move on to, suppose you choose to go to Tallinn in Estonia, again is a beautiful place. The guide would be from Tallinn. This guide will not go there. We will give you tickets, you board the cruise, we'll give you transportation, you reach there, the Tallinn guide will pick you up, take you around, and you come back to your hotel.
Wow.
Next day you go to Rovaniemi. Rovaniemi, the guide would be local. Now our Northern Lights guide is the 7th generation guide. They are doing it for the last 500 plus years. 1600 they started.
So it's been passed from generation to generation.
So they will take you to, drive you to around 400 kilometers to chase the Northern Lights. And in case, because of the weather conditions or some other reason, there is no sighting, no questions asked, your money for that experience is refunded, which nobody is doing. This is under our customer satisfaction guarantee policy, and we have that contract with the partners. So these are different experiences. Now you move on from Rovaniemi to, let's say, go to Tromsø. In Tromsø, the guide would be from Tromsø. You go to Bergen, the guide would be from Bergen. So you get local, authentic, you immerse in local culture.
Who himself is, correct.
You explore it, not as a tourist, not as a traveler, but as an explorer.
Wow, this is amazing. I mean, not many companies I have seen that, who are serving the society, creating this kind of impact, and, also doing kind of a business, right? So it's like, everything is quite aligned to whatever your passion and your goal is. But I like the fact that, you're not only doing a business, but you are actually creating, businesses for those local people as well, the local community, which is one of the best things.
So I have been very closely associated with all those things. Our company is also member of GSTC, which is Global Sustainability Travel Council, Tourism Council, and which is the apex body, gives directions, guidelines, training, coaching to various stakeholders. So when you talked about that there are not many businesses, actually in India there is none. There's only a startup. It was a startup, it is still a startup. And a lot of investors have also shown interest in this, but as of now we are keeping it bootstrapped. Going forward, as we think of scaling, probably we will go to investors. But at the moment we are not thinking on those lines. Maybe Maybe when the time is right, I will think about that.
Correct.
So we are the only such company in India.
Hmm.
There are around 20 companies all over the world.
Mhm.
3-4 are from Australia, and then Europe and some other part of the this thing. In India, what is happening in travel and tourism, that there are properties which are certified,
Yeah.
eco properties, and they follow all the SOPs. So that is one segment. Then you have online travel aggregators, operators like Yatra, Make My Trip,
Yeah.
where it is optional.
Yeah. True.
So if you tick that item and pay 200-300 rupees for half a ton carbon emission neutralization, then you pay, and then so mostly we don't.
Correct.
Because it has still not gone down to us. It is still not resonating with us. And I'll also talk further about this. So nobody is doing it end to end. We are not charging you separately. Since we are giving you curated, co-created, in the sense that till you say, okay, this is what I want. I want to stay in this hotel. I want to travel in Merc or Toyota or Alto or whatever is mode of, depending upon your budget. You travel by that mode of transportation. We will show you this is the vehicle model which will take you from your airport to hotel to other place.
Wow.
We'll tell you this is the hotel you will be staying. It's not like group tours that either you take it or leave it.
Correct.
कि वो तो हम डिसाइड करेंगे कि आप किस गाड़ी में जाओगे जी, वोल्वो होगी या मर्क बेंज होगी, वो हमारे ऊपर छोड़ो. आप किस होटल में रुकोगे, इट विल बी ए 3 स्टार होटल का नाम हम आपको नहीं देंगे. दैट यू विल कम टू नो व्हेन यू चेक इन. आपका फूड का मेन्यू हम डिसाइड करेंगे. खाना मुझे आप डिसाइड करोगे, पैसा मेरा है.
Exactly.
So what we do is we ask the clients to tell us what they want until they say, okay, this is what is finally we want.
Wow.
And then that is why I call it co-creative. So
It's
co-creative,
totally customized.
immersive experiences.
Wow.
Now coming back to the point again, the purpose. You said no, why? See, purpose is the driving force for whatever we are doing, and we exist for that.
Correct.
Every organization has a purpose, and our purpose is to exist for the societies, for the communities, to pay back.
Correct.
We are all under, when I was talking about this point that we don't tick that, we want to neutralize it. We think that the natural resources belong to us.
Yeah.
And let us leverage, plunder them. जितना हो जाए यूज कर लो, खूब पानी बहाओ, जो करना है करो, कचरा इधर डालो, खूब प्लास्टिक यूज करो. जो बायोडिग्रेडेबल आइटम्स नहीं उनको यूज करो, देखा जाएगा. मेरी जिंदगी तो 10 साल है, 20 साल. सॉरी, अगर प्रोक्रिएट किया है, अपने बच्चे पैदा किए हैं, तो आपके बच्चों के बच्चों के बच्चे उसको सफर करेंगे जो आप आज कर रहे हैं.
100%.
और हम क्या करते हैं, 7th जनरेशन के लिए बैंक बैलेंस तो रखते हैं कि 7 पीढ़ियां हमारी खाएंगी. उसमें हम छोड़ते नहीं है, उतना बचा करके रखते हैं. एनवायरनमेंट खत्म हो जाए, उसको हम डिप्लीट कर रहे हैं. सो व्हाटएवर नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज वी आर यूजिंग टुडे do not belong to us.
It does. We need to save that.
They belong to future generations. We are just borrowing it for our consumption today. We are consuming it at their expense. So it is moral responsibility if you care for your children, their children and their children, and if you want them to survive, I will not say thrive, I will say just survive, to take breath, to live, not to be diseased, to be healthy human beings, please pay back to environment.
Yeah.
Whatever damage you are doing every day, I will also encourage each of us, anybody who is watching this, if possible, you neutralize your CO2 emissions.
Yeah.
मैंने घर में भी शुरू किया है. Recently we have started.
Okay.
Depending upon the electricity bill, उसके basis पर आप CO2 emission को करो. Let it be a voluntary movement.
Okay.
So this is going to change the entire thought process of everybody.
100%.
So somebody has to start.
Yeah. They have to. And you started, not so many people think about this, right? They're just leaving. They're just consuming what is there in the society or environment, but then they don't know the future cause of it.
So I say, as I said, no, you be very, very selfish. Don't think about society. Don't think about community. Forget everything. Think about your children. Do you care for your children? Okay, you want them to be healthy, to live a successful, healthy life, not be on the oxygen concentrators. Then you do what is required. If you want their children, then again you do. So as you are amassing wealth, you amass the oxygen also. You amass other natural resources also. If you cannot amass, you cannot at least replenish them, protect them, save them.
Correct. And it's our responsibility, I believe.
It doesn't need much.
Yeah, it doesn't need
small initiatives, small acts. So it's a small beginning. And that is why we are redefining tourism. We hope all those people who are from this industry will also start implementing, if not all, at least some part of it. And then it becomes a movement, people's movement. Once it becomes a people's movement, the job is done.
Yeah. And at my Couture, you're doing something which is need of an hour. Okay, it's something which is unique, very, very different. Even people in India, they should start considering and understanding that why it is important to save our environment, or wherever we go, why all these things matters a lot, right? You're not only, so with your company, you're not only doing a business, as I said before also, you're not only doing a business, but you're trying to create that impact. And once one person starts, someone has to take that initiative. Absolutely. And you did that. So it's amazing and wonderful, the kind of work that you're doing and the vision that you carry. And I'm sure that it is going to be one of the most successful business model. Not only business, it is going to impact a lot of, future life.
Yeah, I can say that. So that is why I would like like-minded people who resonate with the cause to experience us, and let us all join hands together and contribute to the society. One more thing which I wanted to add is, even we are in premium segment, so we have tied up with the best of the best in the world. So recently we had that Antarctica trip. We marketed that Antarctica trip with Deepak Chopra. Now Deepak Chopra, I believe everybody knows. Yeah. If not, please Google it about him. He's an Indian settled in US. MD by education, by profession, and he's a spiritual leader. So we had 3 clients, 2 from India and 1 from US, Honolulu, Hawaii Island, sorry, not Honolulu, Hawaii Island, who had gone from our company. And the kind of feedback they gave, it changed their lives. They developed a community. I was still part of that. Wow. They were around 125, 150 people. They are a community. They are, talking to each other. If somebody is going to X place, then he will post, I'm going to X place. Do you want to join? Wow. That is the impact we are creating. The next Antarctica trip, which is sailing on 8th of March, with David Asprey. So the theme is wellness. Wow. So last theme was spirituality. This theme is wellness. So they will be talking about your nutrition, your health, your yoga, exercise, meditation. So our tours are not general tours. General tours, okay. So even the partners, they curate a theme. Wow. So this cruise will be on wellness, this will be on spirituality, this will be on sports, this will be on something else, this will be maybe on AI, this might be on space. Wow. So this is a theme. So then we build communities. So you stay together forever. Wow. And this is something amazing. This is different, so just experience. Different. Like one of the tours which we are marketing, of course, it's very, very costly. So not many takers are there. People show interest but then drop out because it's very, very costly. Is Formula 1 in Monaco. So we have partners with Explorer Journeys. So the Antarctica is with Insider Expeditions, and we are their India partner with exclusive rights. And if you book with us, you get amazing deals, which you will not get anywhere else. Now with the explorer journeys, they don't have cabins; they have only suites.
Yeah.
But the kind of experiences, I mean, you are interacting with the people who are racing, who are the participants. You go and shake hands, you take selfies with them.
Wow.
You eat with them, you dance with them.
What an
those drivers, F1 Formula, F1 race drivers.
Wow.
But it comes at a price point because that is a different experience.
100%.
So even if you pay money, sometimes you don't have that bandwidth to reach that. So we are the medium who can not only give you the premium experiences, we can also give you those experiences which probably even money can't buy.
Yeah, true.
So sometimes you can buy through money, sometimes you can't buy just because you have money.
Correct.
You have to have the right channel. And we are that right channel.
Lovely. And I love the fact that, you are creating this thematic experience.
Yeah.
Every cruise that you have is quite different, right? Themes are quite different. So with the vacations, you are exploring many things.
Yeah. So if you go to my WhatsApp status, you will find I talk a lot about Indian art and culture and heritage. So I myself have been a photographer and I love pictures. And then I ask people, if you love this frame, would you like to do the same thing? British tea bungalows in Northeast are so wonderful, amazing. I mean, that's a different experience. There are so many properties within India also.
Yes.
People are not there.
They are not. Absolutely not.
And they will spend more money in casino than experiencing those experiences.
Correct.
So come and join hands. Let's do something for the society, for the environment, for the communities, and have those thematic immersive experiences.
So we also deal into Indian tourism, or we only have this?
No, India also, because
India
as I said, if you have gone through my profile, you will say that I am a art collector. I collect numismatics. So you will get coins from 2nd BC to 2026.
Okay.
Till last month. Huge collection. Ancient India, medieval India, British India, post-independence and all. I have a collection of old books on art, culture. I have a collection of paintings. I have a collection of sculpture. So I am deeply involved into Indian heritage, art, culture and heritage. And I have been to a lot of places. And there are some tours which I personally guide. Those exclusive premium tours where I will be your anchor. And so let's explore it. So I am as eager to do the Indian, because I know those properties which probably even if you Google you might not find them. Was very less. One of such experiences Hornbill Festival, which is called Festival of Festivals, and it was on my bucket list for about a decade. I could see it in 2023 only. It's amazing. Now there are 19 tribes of Nagaland who come, and there is a camaraderie.
Is it?
And it is graced by ambassador of US, Brazil, Australia, and of course Australia is a Commonwealth nation, so High Commissioner we call, UK High Commission, Singapore, Hong Kong. See, the best of the people, they go there.
Correct.
They stay there for 2 days, 3 days. It's an amazing, and you get the best of the bands.
Correct.
Bands from Mumbai will go, bands from Goa will go, bands from abroad will come and perform there. So these experiences, and then you have to book in advance because everything will get sold out.
Of course, 100%.
Inventory is very less, demand is very high. So explore India. India is highly unexplored. We go to Vietnam. People go to Bangkok, people go to Dubai, people go to Vietnam. Okay, you go there. You must also experience that. But there is much more to explore.
There is much more.
Jaisalmer, you stay on sand dunes. See the sunrise and the sunset on sand dunes. If you go on full moon, enjoy the Kalbelia dance with drinks if you at all.
Correct.
On sand dunes, shifting sand dunes.
Wow.
You will say sand dune was here. After an hour, it is there.
Oh, that's amazing.
Experience all that things, and you stay in a tent, which is very hot during the day, very cold in the night.
Yeah, correct.
experience those authentic culinaries.
Correct.
So that also we are catering. Very, very curated, immersive experiences. Many people will now know that one of the most luxurious cruises in the world on the rivers is Brahmaputra cruise,
Yeah.
run by Assam Bengal Navigation. There is a property called Wild Mahasir. They have that you hug the tree,
Yeah.
that experience hugging the
Yeah.
tree.
Yeah.
There is property called River Deflu River Lodge. No, so we have partnered with them. So these premium properties which are booked either by foreigners or senior IAS, IPS or ministers, but आम public, आम जनता वहाँ नहीं जाती
नहीं
है.
जा
Even if they
सकती.
can afford, they will spend money in gambling. They will do all kinds of things, but they
Yeah.
will not experience this. I will encourage. Once you start it, it's lovely, amazing.
So all these things, I mean, at my Eco Tour, I believe that you guys are into experiential travel. Right?
Absolutely,
You
it's
give them
experiential.
amazing travel experience which they may not have experienced it before. As you rightly said, कि सभी को सब चीज नहीं पता है. Like even I'm sitting here, a lot of places that you have discussed, I really have no idea about it. Right? So it brings a lot of change, right? You are doing something out of the box. And I wish you all the best. You guys are doing amazing work, and I'll definitely would want to push to my viewers to have an amazing experience. Visit your website, My Couture, and just explore what is happening there, and the kind of the motive that you have behind this is sustainable travel, right? So that is also something amazing that you guys are focusing on. One last message you would want to share to all our audience.
Again, the same message. Identify your purpose, live it fully, both in your personal life and professional life.
And travel a lot.
Yeah, obviously, because everybody, see, why we travel or why we do what we do is for two reasons. One is we want to increase happiness. Second is we want to avoid pain.
Yeah.
These are only two drivers of any human action.
Yeah, correct.
To maximize your happiness, travel more.
Yeah.
Do something which your heart wants to do in your profession. So your purpose, your ikigai, and giving is so soothing. It gives you so much of happiness. So when I talk about giving back to society, giving back to communities, giving back to people who need it most, again will increase your happiness.
Yeah.
So live a happy, blissful life.
Correct.
Identify
and
your
everything,
purpose
I believe
and live it fully.
everything is within you.
Absolutely.
Right? Everything is within you. And what I've seen is the kind of conversation that we had today about leadership, about corporate life, about AI, about tourism. Like, I can purely feel that happiness within you. Right? Whatever you are doing, I can see that aura that, that you are doing something which is so much connected to you. And you have experienced that.
Yeah. So rightly said. And I'm very fortunate that I could identify my own purpose and then put myself to that track that I can live it and I can enjoy my life fully and I can also contribute to others' happiness.
And you are already doing, and wish you all the best, sir. You guys are doing amazing job, and heads off to your leadership. What I've also seen that you deep dive into every aspect and every element of whether it is business or corporate setting or leadership. So wish you all the best. One last message that you would want to tell for Ek Soch, our platform.
So thank you very much and thank you for having me here. And my message is just understand one thing. Life is 10% of what happens to you.
Yeah.
And 90% how you respond to it.
Correct.
That's the message. Always remember this. And this will guide you in times which are demanding, times which are challenging, and otherwise also. Thank you very much. Thanks for the...
Thank you so much. It means a lot. And to all our viewers, this entire conversation has been very candid, very meaningful, very soothing, and it has eventually ended up being a purposeful, driven conversation, right? And you're going to take a lot of things from this, whether you're an employee, whether you're a CEO, whether you're an entrepreneur, Whether you are a traveler, you are going to learn many things from this podcast. And if you are a traveler and you want to explore the untouched places, do visit my Couture website and just explore. Thank you so much. See you in the next episode. Till then, have a nice day. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.